Victor here. Thanks for checking out my channel. Today we are doing a build for a friend. He wanted a $1,000 gaming PC, so he was originally going to go to Best Buy and spend a lot more money for probably something not as good as this, so I offered to help him build one. Or build one for him, I should say. So, the parts we got, went with a Ryzen 5 3600, it was like 160 bucks on sale. 6 cores, 12 threads, very good gaming. If he wants to stream, he'll be fine too. I got this pretty sick B450 Wi-Fi gaming motherboard. It was like 130 bucks. I already checked it out. It looks pretty nice. For 130 bucks, it's got M.2, 4 DIMM slots, pretty much everything you can want in a motherboard in this price range. Graphics card, went with something, 2 years old, GTX 1080. It's still a powerful graphics card. He already has a monitor. He's got a 1080p 165 hertz monitor, so this thing will be perfect for that. 16 gigs of RAM, 250 gig M.2 for his SSD, and then we got a 2 terabyte hard drive for his games and whatnot. 500 watts should be plenty for this system, and he wanted a white and black case, so I found him this Corsair one. Comes with the light loop fans, looks pretty nice, should go well with the RAM and stuff, and got these white extensions to go with it, so should be a nice looking build. It also performs to his needs. So let's build it for him. All right, let's do a little motherboard prep. All right, first up, we will install the CPU. So on AMD motherboards, I have this little mounting arm here. You want to pull that up, take your CPU, line it up with the arrow to the arrow over here. Should just fit right in, and then you'll pull down the mounting bracket and securely lock it in. There we go. Let's just put it on, like so. Perfect. And screw with confidence. It's good. It's in there. We will now plug this into the CPU fan header, which is right up here perfectly. Tuck this cable around here a little bit. Okay, so that's in there. So now we'll install the RAM. Now we're only using a two stick kit here, although this supports 4, so you want to look at your motherboard manual, see which 2 to put it in. It wants me to put it in slot 2 and 4. So again, he's got 16 gigs of RAM, and if he ever needs more, he has room to upgrade later on. But this should be plenty for gaming and some streaming. Alright, so those are installed. Beautiful. Next, let's do the M.2 SSD. 256 gig. Should be a good amount to get Windows on there and, a few games or programs, whatnot. Alright, proper screwdriver here. Put it right over here. This M.2 slot opening over here. So remove the cover. Perfect. M.2 installed. And that is motherboard prep right there. Again, pretty nice looking motherboard for 130 bucks, I gotta say that. Built-in I/O shield, plenty of ports, built-in Wi-Fi. Perfect. Okay, so motherboard prep's good. Let us actually get it in the case now. So, case. I like to lay this completely flat. I just find it the easiest to work with. This motherboard does have the cables inside, so I have to move those actually. So nowadays most case manufacturers have the standoffs pre-installed. These ones do, so it's perfect. You don't have to actually install them. If it didn't though, you'd have to just put it in. Those are what's going to hold the motherboard up. So you just want to align it with your motherboard screws. Now this motherboard has a built-in I/O shield, but if it didn't, you would want to put that in right before the motherboard. You don't want to forget that. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you do, but a lot of times people forget and it's way too late. You don't want to take everything apart just to put that in. Sometimes you just gotta finagle it a little bit, but looks like I'm good. I got them lined up, so we got 3 up top, 3 in the middle, so 9 altogether screws. And perfect on the back. So at this point, fans are already installed, so that's a plus. We don't have to do anything like that. I like to do the motherboard plugs, USB, HD audio, all that jazz. Like. Perfect. Next on the list here, let's see, HD audio. HD audio is usually over here, yep. So, see, this motherboard's nice because it actually tells you right inside the plug what it is. So this is audio. And then you just gotta be careful because you gotta match up the pins. So this one's gonna go over here. I can see. Like I said, you gotta match them up. I was not doing that. So. Big fingers don't help either. Okay, perfect. The audio. So quickly I installed the front I/O over here. Power LED, reset switch, power switch. They're kind of tight, so take your time getting them in there if you got bigger fingers like I do. It tells you right underneath which pins they connect with. So, lastly, I am plugging in the USB 2, and this is for the Corsair fan lighting controller. So this would go. Looks like this motherboard has 2, so it doesn't matter which one. So I'll plug it into the closer one. Perfect. So this should be all the built-in case controls minus the fans. So the case comes with 3 fans. I installed an extra one over here. He's gonna have 3 intake, 1 outtake. So we got 4 plugs for that. So that is all the fans and everything plugged into the motherboard. So now that everything's good to go, I like to do the power supply next. Depending on the case, some cases you install it backwards. Some cases you have to focus. Some cases you actually have to stick it in from here. This is one of those cases, so I'm just gonna mine my stuff. So you're gonna get that in there, and then once that's in, the power supply will come with some screws. I have them here. Anyways, I'll line it up. You'll see a few screw openings and tighten it to the case. Alright, perfect. So power supply's in, not going anywhere. Hard drive, so these are nice. They're essentially toolless as well, so they come with 4 holes here, 4 holes here, so this is what's going to hold it in. You just want to kind of align it up. And it shouldn't take too much. There you go, look at that. Goes right in. I put it in backwards. Take it back out. Okay, so alright, so I put it in like this, that way the connections are facing outward so we can just easily plug them in. So this case supports 2 mechanical drives, so I'm only putting in 1. This is a 2 terabyte, so he'll have room for another one if he wanted. He needs more space later on the line. So alright, so right now that's the hard drive in, so now I'm going to start connecting. So this is the power connector for the Corsair SATA connection. So that's going to give it power here. I've got 2 more open ones, so I'm going to stick this into the hard drive here. Boom. And then this extra one's a spare. We don't need it right now, so I'm just going to kind of tuck that under here. Out of the way. As best as I can. Okay. That's connected. Don't want to forget to actually hook up the hard drive to the motherboard. So these came with the motherboard. They're the SATA connectors that connect into the motherboard. Comes with a few. We only need 1. So one end goes into the hard drive, and then the other one goes in on the side of the motherboard. We got a slot here. And should just click into place once you have it aligned. Alright, there you go. You got 3 more open slots, so you can hold up to 3 more hard drives. Okay, perfect. I'm going to kind of manage that in there. Now I'm going to actually start plugging in all these cables into the motherboard and trying to make things a little nicer. Okay, so I routed the CPU, motherboard, and then I have the GPU cable right where I want it, so just gotta leave it out of the way. Now we're gonna install the GPU, tighten that up, plug this in, and then we should pretty much be good to go to boot her up. So like I said earlier, he already had his own monitor. He had a 1080p, I think it's a 27 or 24 inch. 1080p, 165 hertz monitor. So a GTX 1080 with 8 gigs of RAM, VRAM, should be plenty to crank his games and get great frames with that. We got here triple fan design. Should be cool and quiet. So let's get her installed. Lay this down gently. So we're going to take out 2 PCI brackets here. Make room for the motherboard. Graphics card. Okay, so we're going to plug her in on the first one here. So you want to make sure that this latch is open. So it just pops down like that, so that way it'll suck this. And now we want to gently just line it up and push it in, not too hard. It should kind of just fit in by itself. And then gently line it up. There it is. And then I'm just going to slowly push down. And then there it is, the clip. And now I'm going to secure the graphics card in. Perfect. And then we have our GPU power. These extension cables look really nice with this case. And that's it. I'm going to do a little cable managing, zip tying in the back. We're good to plug her in and make sure she works. Beautiful. Okay, so the system is complete. Just ran a benchmark, everything looks good. Windows installed, drivers are up to date. So, it's a good looking PC for him.